Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's I, Charlie, and I'm back for something slightly different. And guess what? This time we're actually going to do something slightly different. It's... I don't know where I'm going with this. Place bite. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's chit-chat, shall we? Okay, so there's this amazing thing called building your brand. And one of the biggest things about Ultra Confusion is that I want our brand to be independently developed games. You must play. You must play. But I kind of forgot about one thing, and this is something that a lot of independent developers actually forget about. You, the individual, are actually a huge part of the brand. So yes, I can be a crusader for independently developed games, but if I basically just spit or shoot that at you constantly, you don't really get to know all about me, because I am part of Ultra Confusion. Hell, many people, including Zelius, would probably admit that I am Altered Confusion, as I am the creator, the founder of it, back in, 2007 now. So instead of just completely focusing on Ultra Confusion and these something slightly different, let's actually tell you other stuff about me, because this is my 5, 10, 20 minutes of time, potentially a day, or maybe once or twice a week for me to tell you stuff. So let's start off with it right away. If you are a college basketball fan, then I've got some exciting news for you. So am I. But I have to say there is one team that it's not that I have to be a fan of. It's more of I was married into a situation that allowed me to be a fan of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets men's basketball team. And I have to say that what a swing and a miss with their coach. Brian Gregory is probably the worst thing to happen to Georgia Tech and the best thing for everyone else in the ACC, plus outside the ACC. It says something when the entire fan base of the Dayton Flyers gives Georgia Tech a standing ovation for taking their terrible, terrible coach off their hands. And now Dayton, at some point in the season, I think they might still be, are ranked in the top 25. So kudos to Georgia Tech, and let's hope that they find a coach at the end of the season. Okay, let's move on to some other stuff. Here's an interesting thing that I found out. Reviews. We do a lot of them. You may have seen my name basically on every single review that Ultra Confusion has done, minus like 12. And that might not actually be a lie. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just that, Ultra Confusion is my baby. I'm going to do all the vast majority of the reviews. Now, an interesting thing happened. I was reading my Twitter feed the other day, today, I don't know why I said the other day, and there was an individual who basically made it known that they would rather play with a controller when playing PC games, specific types of PC games, which to me is totally, okay, yeah, sure. For me personally, the vast majority of my games, I'm going to be playing with my keyboard and mouse. But it's all up to the comfort of the individual who wants to experience the game. So I find it very interesting that someone literally, tried to cut the reviewer a new one because they didn't quite grasp why the reviewer would never, ever try to play with the keyboard and mouse, but try to utilize the controller, which was a viable option for this game. And the reviewer went on to basically said that it felt clunky. And so that's why they weren't really able to get into the game, because the controller was kind of a bottleneck to the experience. The game looked amazing. I can't remember the game off the top of my head. But to the reviewer, the game looked amazing. It's just that they had so many problems with the controllers that they could never get over that hurdle. And so this individual who decided that PC must be pure, which, okay, yes, I am slightly a hypocrite, because I do have very purist thoughts when it comes to book adaptations to movies. I'm just going to be honest with you. I do not like the Harry Potter movies. They're cute, but they should not be Harry Potter, because Harry Potter is a great book series, and yes, the first one was, and they kind of got better. But if you wanted to do Harry Potter, you needed to do the entire thing, not just little snippets and then kind of crunch it the way you want to. Yes, the main characters are there. It's kind of like what I have my issue with Game of Thrones. Now, I understand fully that they kind of cannot grasp the craziness, psychoticness, and awesomeness that is George R. R. Martin. But they've actually come out and said, look, we know we can't do this, so we are going to have to change the story and keep the characters, and the deaths are going to be the same, though some of the information is going to be different. Case in point, King Rob's wife was not the field medic maid that she is in the show. Whatever. Anyways, going back, I know that I'm a purist at times, but you have to understand, and I understand this. I may not like that people think, oh my god, Harry Potter is a fantastic movie series. Oh my god, it's awesome. It's so literally awesome, and it's really with the books. No, I don't think so, but that's my opinion, and I'll say I don't think so, and then I'll drop it. For someone to actually think that they're high and mighty enough to go after someone who has taken, hopefully, a shit ton of time to get through a game, to really try to experience it before reviewing it, and then get hung up on something so small. Yes, I know, the reviewer got hung up on the controller, but for the reviewer, that is, I mean, the controls are basically the gateway into the game. There are several games where individuals have decided to change up the keyboard controls. For what reason? I have no idea. And I think it's ridiculously stupid. And I say that in my review. And then, you know, people can read it for whatever they want to. But you don't go after someone constantly going, well, I don't think you understand how to review games. This is my opinion. I think that because you're trying to make it little, that, you know, you're trying to deflect my opinion and the truth of the matter. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. Man, I've gone on like a gripe here. I have a lot of stress. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's opinion is going to be different. No one's going to truly have 100% of the time the same opinion. If someone says that they found a book difficult to read because of XYZ, or a movie difficult to watch because of XYZ, or a game, sure, you can go on your, 5-10 minute of, I don't see how that is relevant, and then you don't go on a day-long tirade with a couple people because you think that because the individual is playing with the controller, that maybe the PC wasn't right for them, and that reviewer shouldn't have bashed the PC version because the reviewer is stupid enough to try to play with the controller. The controller is an option. It should be, it's supported. Therefore, it's a viable piece of the review. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. What else? The Atlanta Hawks are playing right now. Thumbs up. Hope for number 17 in a row. And let's see here. Some of you, actually almost all of you, probably do not know that I am actually trying a new avenue in my free time that's not Alter Confusion and not my work and not my family time. I am actually trying out for doing audible readings, or I guess narrations of books through Audible. And I utilize this wonderful mic, which I believe is not bad. It's a Shure SM58. The one thing that I have learned about the Shure, first of all, these are These are just generic, so it kind of sits weird on my mic. But one thing I have noticed is you got to be up like this for it to really record. If you're back like this, you're not going to get jack. And I have to constantly tell anyone who I do, like the sports cast, or when we were doing the audio podcast for Alter Confusion, that they had to continuously remember to do this. Now, of course, we did do this, and we did do the spit guard for a bit. But the problem is the spit guard doesn't stay still, and it just gets awkward. And then you're still going like this the whole time, so we're just like, all right, well, boom. Okay, so real quick, some news about Alter Confusion. We, of course, are definitely going to Canuga. We definitely have a fan table. Come find us. EndoCon is more than likely happening. We got an email, I think, yesterday about basically a feeler. Hey, does everyone want to do EndoCon? We're doing it in August. And I was like, hell yeah! Alter Confusion will be there. Here's our 2 panels, which, of course, is the destruction of the game industry as we know it. And so you finish creating your game and you think you're done. Or finish creating your indie game and you think you're done. Which, of course, every single one of these panels, yes, we are going to go in with a lot of information. Some of them opinionated, but that's what panels are. They're not going to be completely 100% factual. Well, they'll be factual, but there'll be different interpretations. Like my interpretation is probably different than you, the listener, the reader, the viewer, the gamer, whatever. But that's why you should go to our panels at Canuga, at MomoCon, at EndoCon, at Siege, and we actually finally got a hold of someone at DragonCon, and we have submitted both our panels for DragonCon. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, I could cross all 10 of my fingers without any help. Hopefully we will be at DragonCon to give you those 2 panels. And I feel like there's MonsterCon. MonsterCon was in Greenville, now going to be in Gaffney. Apparently one of the organizers is no longer working with MonsterCon. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, or if this means that MonsterCon is going to shrink. But hopefully good things at conventions. Now, of course, if you, the watcher, the listener, the reader, or gamer, or random passerby, have any information about conventions that we should check out, definitely hit us up. Go to www.alteredconfusion.com. You can hit us up on the YouTube page. You can hit us up on Twitter at AlterConfuseZO. Remember, it's Alter Confusion without the N, because Alter Confusion together on Twitter would blow it up. And then, of course, we have our Facebook page, which I think I might have already said, but maybe not. I don't know. You can hit us up on there as well. So that is it for this Something Slightly Different by Charlie for Alter Confusion. So I'm going to leave now, and I'm going to go play video games, because that's what I like to do. And then and potentially I could be narrating another story. Though I haven't, I would have to literally... If you want to be an Audible narrator, all you got to do is go to acx.com. That is the Audible, I guess, like tryout location. You fill out your information, which of course will include all your pertinent information for like tax purposes and money. And then you get to choose from a wide variety of books to read and narrate. And then you submit them, and then hopefully you'll hear back good news from auditions. At this time, I have 3 auditions out. I've already gotten 1 rejection, so I'm down to 2 auditions. I haven't heard anything, so fingers crossed, everybody, and I will see you either Thursday, tomorrow, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Thursday night live hangout. Be there. It's going to be awesome, simply because you being there will make it awesome. I mean, that's it. The audience, you, the listener, the viewer, the watcher, the gamer, everybody, come to our Twitch channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Come, join in the conversation in the chat room. We will name we will utilize your name that you use in the chat room, and of course, we will add anything that you put in there. Not everything. Now, if someone starts, talking about recipes for hot dogs, that might not really go with our Twitch feed, but we might actually mention it. You never know. So join in on the fun in the chat room, and of course check out any of our live streams that we're going to do. Vast majority of them are probably going to be centered around Smite or some other game. You may have heard that we are changing tactics slightly when it comes to streaming games. We will be streaming independently developed games, so if you're a developer, hit us up, get us a copy of your game, and we will stream it. We'll probably do a quick look of it. We may do a playthrough of it, and of course we'll give you a review. But here's the fact of the matter. It is as much as we would love to stream nothing but indie games, in order to build our audience, we have to stream the AAA games, which to me kind of hurts my feelings because I want just independently developed games to be shown off. But if people don't know about those games, how the hell are they going to find them on Twitch unless they go, okay, random channel? So we're gonna start streaming some of the AAA titles to gain the audience, to then parlay them into watching some of the indie games that they're missing out on. So there you go. And this video is way too long, but that's okay because it's something slightly different, which is truly completely different from the usual. So thank you for tuning in. For myself, Charlie, it's been a pleasure to give you all the amazing stuff that comes out of my brain and out of my mouth and somewhere, and hopefully it comes from here to there and not, I don't know, wherever. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, for the live hangout.